Hey guys, what's going on? So I'm gonna share with y'all one of my stories. June 22nd specifically will be my 36th birthday. At 32, kind of hard to believe it's been nearly 4 years. At 32, I had nearly my first heart attack, and it scared the dickens out of me. Okay, so I don't deal with stress. I don't like it. I do everything I can to stay away from it. So here is what happened. I went to work. It was a normal day. Nothing was out of the ordinary. Didn't have any issues to speak of. Just had a lot on my plate. Well, this particular day, I was working, and all of a sudden I get pulled into several different directions all at once. On top of the things I had to do that were in my ticket queue, I had projects to do. All of a sudden I had things from my boss I had to do, and not to mention the stupid principal I was working with got all pissed off at me. And so again, I didn't do anything wrong. What had happened were other events that led to him being all ticked off at my department. But regardless, he calls me into his office and chews me out. So, I guess it was probably about 9:30, 10 o'clock in the morning, and that's when I started to notice that something wasn't right. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for me, when my stress levels start getting too high, one of the first things I notice is a pain in my chest, right near my heart. And this particular day, the pain had gotten so bad that I felt like I had a spear running through my chest. My stress levels, though, weren't coming down at all. And there wasn't anything I could do to break away from it at the time, so things just kind of progressively got worse. I started to panic a little bit as far as getting things done, making sure they were done right, but then I also noticed that my vision wasn't real clear. The longer that I went on, the less I was able to focus my eyes and keep going. So, knowing that blood pressure can be affected by stress, I expected to have my blood pressure be at ridiculously low numbers, or actually really high numbers in this case, thinking that was the problem. So I go to the nurse, ask her to check my blood pressure. For me at the time, my normal blood pressure was anywhere between 130 and 136 over 70 or 80. Okay, that was my normal. That particular day, expecting my blood pressure to be through the roof, I was surprised to find out that my blood pressure had actually plummeted to 98 over 71. And my chest was killing me. I couldn't breathe. It was a bad situation. Told the nurse what was going on, and she immediately kicks me out of the school. And I tell her, I'm sorry, I can't leave. A, I haven't gotten permission I've got work to do, and B, I haven't gotten permission from my boss to do so. She tells me that she'll deal with my boss, and the work will be here when I start feeling better, and to get out of her building. So I did. At about this time, it's about 11 o'clock. And I knew that my wife had just gone to lunch. So I went to go sit with my wife and chill and relax and, just kind of take it easy for a little bit. And I walk in, and my wife immediately asks me what's going on because I am whiter than normal. Now, I know I'm pretty white. The Irish blood in me has got me so white that I don't even tan. I burn. And so for her to tell me that I'm whiter than normal actually says something. Tell her what's been going on, and the nurse later confirmed that I was probably minutes away from having my first heart attack at the age of 32 because of my stress levels. Scared the dickens out of me. Well, one of the things that I take, which I told y'all about earlier, I started to take immediately within a week of that day, and it's called Stress Relief Complex. Basically what it does is it allows your body's stress levels to be way more manageable than what you would expect it to be. And that has been a huge lifesaver for me. Now, I've started other things since then, but stress relief was a huge factor for me, and that was a huge benefit to my life. It's why when people start talking about stress levels, I recommend to them Stress Relief Complex, because I know what stress can have on the body when it gets out of control. Now, everybody's different. Nobody is exactly the same. There are some people, I'm one of them, that I'm a stress eater. If my stress levels get too high, I start eating and snacking, and not necessarily good things, when my stress levels get a little out of control. So I'm watching that a little bit. But I tell you what, that particular day scared me the most out of everything I've been through in my life, because there was no way that at the age of 32 I was going to have a heart attack. So that's just a little bit about my story, about why I do what I do, and why I try to bring positivity and stress-free zones to this world, is because I know from my own experiences the bad things, the negative things that can come out of allowing stress to build up in your system. I thank you guys for watching this. You guys have been great. My numbers are starting to go up as far as my subscribers on YouTube, which I thank y'all for. Was kind of stuck in a rut there for a little bit, but I thank you guys. You guys have been a bigger help than you guys realize. And so we will talk to you guys later. I think my video may have froze. I'm sorry about that. Let me see. My picture froze, but not... Hey. Huh. Okay, well, I might just redo this video. We'll talk to y'all later.